So, I want to talk about something that's been making the rounds in the Genshin community, especially for anyone thinking about pulling for Skirk. Now on the surface, she looks like everything players have been waiting for: a mysterious swordmaster from the abyss, edgy design, high-skill animations, and a long build-up in the lore going all the way back to Fontaine's main story. But what if I told you that pulling for Skirk right now might actually be part of a bigger trap? Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description. Let me say this clearly. This isn't just my opinion. I'm not randomly throwing out speculation. This whole idea comes from Uncle K, a well-known and trusted leaker in the Genshin scene, someone who's been pretty reliable in the past when it comes to banner patterns, release schedules, and internal decisions. And what Uncle K said recently makes a lot of sense when you look at the timing of Skirk's release and what's coming next. According to him, Skirk is not an ideal pull for players with older, well-developed accounts, especially if you already have strong main damage dealers like Nuvalet, Liney, Alhaitham, Navia, Arlecchino. It's not that Skirk is weak, far from it, but she doesn't bring a new or unique role. She's a sword-wielding main DPS, and if you've already got that slot covered, adding her doesn't really change anything in your overall team strength. In other words, she's more of a side grade than an upgrade. But here's where things start to look more calculated, and honestly, kind of shady. Uncle K pointed out that right after Skirk's banner drops, HOYO is expected to start previewing 6.0 content, likely tied to the long-awaited Snezhnaya and Nod Cry arc. That means we're going to start seeing teaser trailers, character introductions, and possibly even combat previews for characters like Columbina, Dottore, or Tsaritsa. According to Uncle K, these upcoming characters are designed to be more popular and more hyped than any characters released in earlier .0 patches, including Fontaine's heavy hitters. So here's the trap. You pull for Skirk, burn all your Primo Gems, and then suddenly the official Genshin channels start posting teaser after teaser of characters you've been waiting literal years to see. Your Primo Gems are gone, and now the only way to get that next must-have character is to top up. So what does this mean for Skirk? If you're pulling for her because she's your favorite, maybe you love her backstory, her aesthetic, or her voice acting, then there's zero issue. Uncle K even says that if you're pulling for the waifu factor, you shouldn't hesitate. Emotional connection to a character is always a valid reason to pull, but if you're doing it for meta value, for account growth, or for long-term team flexibility, then this might be the exact moment to stop and think. Because if HOYO follows through on this strategy, drop Skirk, then immediately roll out 6.0 teasers, players who pulled too early will almost definitely feel FOMO, and that's exactly what the marketing strategy is built to trigger. When you've already spent your Primo Gems, you're emotionally more likely to spend money to keep up, and HOYO knows that. At the end of the day, this comes down to one question. Are you pulling because you love Skirk, or because you feel like you'll miss out if you don't? Because if it's the second one, then maybe, just maybe, that feeling is exactly what HOYO wants you to have. And if Uncle K is right, 6.0 is going to make that feeling even stronger once it starts dropping teasers. So what are you planning? Are you still going for Skirk? Or are you thinking of saving for what's coming next? And do you think this is a smart business move from HOYO? Or are they taking the bait strategy too far? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear where everyone's at with this one. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.